Like and subscribe might be a simple click for you, but it will lead to a transformational change of our channel. Support us to achieve 5 million subscribers by year 2028. Continuing from the first season of Alien vs. Predator, the second season of the series was released by the producer in 2007. Picking up from the previous part, the scene opens with an image of Scar's body aboard the spaceship. Suddenly, a hybrid creature, a mix between predator and alien, bursts from his chest. On board, the predators have a laboratory containing numerous xenomorphs. While one predator is studying, it is attacked from behind by the hybrid. This creature grows rapidly and begins to assault other predators on the ship, causing it to lose control and crash into a forest in Gunnison, Colorado. Nearby hunters, a father, and his son, discover the crash and approach the massive vessel. The father decides to report it to the police, and they quickly run back. However, the xenomorphs have been released. When the father fires his gun at one, it retaliates by spitting acid, resulting in the father losing an arm. The creature then leaps onto the father and son, beginning to parasitize them. One predator survives the crash and sends a distress signal to their home planet. In the Predator's world, a seasoned veteran named Predator Wolf receives the alert. Armed with his weapons, Predator boards a ship and heads to Earth to hunt and eliminate the xenomorphs. In the town of Gunnison, everything seems peaceful, unaware of the impending danger. An ex-convict named Dallas Howard has just returned to Gunnison after serving time in prison. He is welcomed by Sheriff Eddie Morales, who drives him home to reunite with his brother, Ricky. Ricky works at a pizza shop. As Dallas arrives home, he finds Ricky injured and about to defend himself with a stick. Ricky had just been beaten up by Dale's friends, who also threw his car keys down a drain while he was delivering pizzas to Dale's girlfriend, Jessie. Jessie is Ricky's classmate and secret crush. Dallas manages to calm Ricky, and the two set off to find the keys. Elsewhere in town, Kelly has just been discharged from the army. Her husband, Tim, and daughter, Molly, run out to greet her, and the family happily returns home. Meanwhile, at the edge of the forest, a policeman is shining a light to find his way inside the sewer, where he encounters a homeless man. The homeless man calls his dog, which brings back a human arm. The policeman immediately radios Chief Eddie to report the discovery. Back where the father and son were hunting, after being attacked by xenomorphs, the father awakens clutching his chest as a xenomorph bursts out. From the boy's chest, another xenomorph emerges. By now, the xenomorphs have begun to spread everywhere, including into the sewer where the homeless man lived with two others. They are all attacked and parasitized by the xenomorphs. A woman, searching for the two homeless men, is horrified by the scene she encounters. Suddenly, an adult xenomorph appears and kills her before she can react. Predator, the veteran predator, arrives on Earth and crashes his ship into a lake in the forest. He locates the crash site of the other predator, bids farewell to the last surviving predator, and takes weapons from the fallen predators. He then activates a bomb to erase all traces of the ship and the xenomorphs. Meanwhile, the Dallas brothers open a manhole cover and climb down to find Ricky's keys. As Ricky creeps down the drain, Dallas sees something terrifying, and the two brothers quickly run back up. Darcy, the wife of the man killed while hunting, is leading a group of people into the forest searching for the father and son, but they are unable to find them. The police decided to halt the search and resume the next day. Only a policeman named Ray continued looking until dusk in the hills. Meanwhile, Predator located the dead father and son, using a blue solution to erase their traces as well as those of the xenomorphs. Ray, hiding nearby, witnessed everything. However, the noise from his radio alerted Predator to his presence, leading to Ray being chased and killed. The next morning, Eddie visited the cafe where Ray's wife, Carrie, worked. She expressed concern, noting that Ray hadn't called back all night and wondering if something had happened to him. Eddie and his team then headed to the forest to search for Ray. They eventually found his body hanging from a tree, skinned. They brought it back for an autopsy. Meanwhile, Jessie visited Ricky at his workplace, telling him that she had broken up with her boyfriend. She invited Ricky to meet her at the school swimming pool at 10 o'clock that night. In the forest, Predator ventured into the sewer to hunt the xenomorphs. He used a laser gun to set up a trap, attaching a device to the wall to lure the xenomorphs. He nearly exterminated all of them, but 4 managed to survive, escaping through the sewer and into the town. Elsewhere, the head chef was cleaning up at the end of the shift. Carrie was about to leave when she heard a loud crash. She rushed into the kitchen and saw something terrifying, screaming in horror. Turning around, she found a xenomorph standing right next to her. Overwhelmed with fear, she fell to her knees as the creature approached her. Meanwhile, Predator chased a xenomorph to the town's power plant. The xenomorph had already killed one of the workers there. Predator started using his scanner to locate the xenomorph, then used his plasma gun to shoot at several of them, causing fires to break out throughout the power plant and resulting in a citywide power outage. At Ricky's school pool, Jesse had been waiting for him for a long time. When he arrived, they went inside together. She removed her clothes, leaving only her swimsuit, and they embraced and kissed passionately. Suddenly, a bright light shone from outside, startling Jessie, who quickly put her clothes back on. 4 people entered. It was her ex-boyfriend, Dale, and his friends. They dragged Ricky into the pool and tried to drown him while they fought. At that moment, the power went out. From the shore, a xenomorph leaped into the pool, rushing to attack them. Jessie screamed, and everyone ran to the shore. One of Dale's friends was grabbed by the creature. They sprinted to the changing room and climbed out the window, but one of Dale's friends was still stuck. Ricky tried to pull him free but couldn't, and the xenomorph captured and killed him. The rest managed to escape. As the xenomorph was ferociously attacking Dale's friend, Predator appeared behind it, driving a spear straight into its head. Predator then tossed both the xenomorph's body and Dale's friend's body into the lake. He poured the blue solution into the pool again, causing it to bubble and erasing all traces of the xenomorphs. In the middle of the night, Molly woke up and grabbed her mother's binoculars. Looking out the window, she saw a monster. She screamed, waking her parents, and ran to hug her mother. Molly insisted she saw a monster, but her parents dismissed it as just a nightmare. Tim went to the window to light the lamp when a xenomorph rushed to attack him. Kelly hugged her daughter and quickly ran outside. The fire at the power plant spread rapidly, prompting the police to order an evacuation and call for help from the army. Ricky, Jesse, Dale, and his friends ran to the police station, telling Eddie and Dallas that they were being chased by monsters. They went to the swimming pool but found no traces of monsters, only bloodstains everywhere. They quickly got into the car, and Dallas urged Eddie to call for help. Meanwhile, Darcy went to find Carrie to take her home. Inside the house, she discovered Carrie dead and gutted. Terrified, she ran out and flagged down Eddie's car, telling him about it. Eddie took her into the car, and Dallas insisted they needed weapons immediately and couldn't wait for help. Eddie led them to a sporting goods store. Inside, they found weapons and prepared to fight. Kelly and her daughter also ran into the store and met up with Eddie's team. The Colorado Army National Guard arrived in town, but against an army of xenomorphs, the human forces were vastly outmatched. The weapons were no longer effective against the xenomorphs. At a maternity hospital, a predalien appeared in the newborn's room. It moved into the hallway, killing a nurse, then entered the delivery room, terrifying the mothers. It began implanting numerous eggs into the pregnant women to produce more xenomorphs. Everyone was gathered at the sporting goods store when a xenomorph attacked Dallas. Fortunately, Predator arrived just in time to save him. The group grabbed their weapons and ran outside, but Dale was captured. Predator shot the xenomorph, but Dale still died from the creature's acidic blood. Predator continued to fight off the xenomorphs. Meanwhile, at the hospital, doctors monitoring patients noticed their heart rates dropping to 0. They witnessed a horrifying scene. One woman had died with a punctured abdomen, while another woman's belly was moving unnaturally. Multiple xenomorphs emerged from her stomach. An adult xenomorph appeared in front of the doctor and killed him. Outside, Eddie, Kelly, Molly, Dallas, Jesse, and Ricky ran to the army for reinforcements. Kelly quickly got into the military vehicles to distribute weapons to everyone. Eddie communicated via radio with the military, and Colonel Stevens announced an air evacuation in 30 minutes in the center of town. Dallas and Kelly were suspicious of this plan, fearing it would leave them surrounded by xenomorphs. They decided to take Ricky, Jesse, Molly, and a few others in a tank to leave town and board a helicopter at the hospital. Meanwhile, Sheriff Eddie and Darcy headed to the evacuation zone. Predator saw the xenomorphs surrounding the hospital and went there first. Kelly's group arrived shortly after, and everyone agreed to protect Kelly at all costs because she knew how to fly a plane. The hospital was now filled with corpses, blood, and other sticky substances left by the xenomorphs. Predator arrived first and engaged in battle with numerous adult xenomorphs and even the predalien. As Jessie ran by, Predator accidentally struck her with his shuriken weapon. The group, horrified, tried to keep moving. Despite the chaos, they remained focused on their goal of escaping the town. Ricky watched in agony as Jesse died, then he unleashed a barrage of gunfire at Predator, preventing him from retaliating immediately. However, Predator was caught off guard by a predalien's attack and fell beneath an elevator. Ricky futilely pursued him but was impaled by the predalien's tail. Dallas intervened, shooting the predalien, which released Ricky. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed, prompting everyone to help Ricky escape hastily while Dallas grabbed Predator's dropped weapon. They rushed to the hospital roof to reach the awaiting helicopter, but their path was blocked by numerous xenomorphs. Kelly, unable to shoot, looked on anxiously. Meanwhile, Dallas quickly familiarized himself with Predator's advanced weapon, finding it formidable. Meanwhile, Eddie had reached the designated evacuation point under Colonel Stevens' orders. Stevens confirmed over the phone that the plane was just 16 kilometers away. Dallas managed to clear a path using Predator's gun, driving everyone except himself to the helicopter first. Alone, he fought bravely against the xenomorph horde, using the powerful weapon to defeat many of them. Kelly, Molly, and Ricky boarded the helicopter and started it up. Just then, Predator arrived on the rooftop, intending to pursue Dallas, only to be confronted by a swarm of xenomorphs. As the helicopter began to take off, Dallas managed to climb aboard just in time. A xenomorph attempted to chase them but was swiftly taken down by Ricky's gunfire. As the helicopter departed, leaving Predator on the rooftop to face the Predalien, he readied his weapon and removed his mask, preparing for the battle ahead. Meanwhile, military aircraft approached the center of town. To the horror of onlookers, instead of a rescue mission, the jets initiated a tactical nuclear strike that obliterated the entire city, killing Predator, the Predaliens, and the xenomorphs in a devastating explosion. The nuclear blast caused Kelly's helicopter to crash in an open field. Fortunately, survivors were rescued by the military. Dallas, having to surrender Predator's plasma gun, handed it over to Colonel Stevens, who ultimately delivered it to Miss Yutani. With this, part 2 of the movie concluded. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you will not miss any of our video updates.